In God's kingdom, it is God's wish and desire for all of us to live a full and abundant life. Why on earth would God plant us in this kingdom? This is a beautiful kingdom we're in, you all. Without cities, if this whole thing turned into farmland, it would over time become extremely lush and abundant. It would become fruitful. And we, as the children of God, all we would need to do would be to cultivate it, grow it, and partake of it. This is the gift of our creation. We were born to live an abundant, prosperous, and beautiful life. If it were not so, God would not have planted us in such an abundant and prosperous garden. So, lack is not a part of God's kingdom. When God spoke to Moses and he asked Moses to tell the children to see if they would like to offer gifts to the tabernacle, after being blessed with so much resources, these people had tremendous levels of wealth that they had never experienced before, all at the hand of borrowing from the Egyptians. A blessing that God allowed for them to have. And God asked Moses to ask them if they like to offer. Yet, God didn't allow them to offer just anything. God is not an anything, I'll take anything you got kind of guy. God has created us in the image of Him and in the likeness of Him so that we can take on the mantle of expectation that He honors. We can expect greatness from ourselves and from one another, just as God expects of us. It is not far-fetched. Our hand is not shortened in that aspect. It is all within our reach. All we need is a particular state of mind. And in God asking Moses to talk to the children about the offerings, God gave Moses specific requirements as to how to fashion the offerings for the temple and in what manner to do such things. It is the exact same thing for many of us. It's not as much it is of what you do, it's how you go about doing it. In what spirit are you coming forth with this offering or with your activities? And in what fashion are you molding that thing? Currency. There's a shift in the currency coming. I don't know. It could be 100 years from now. It could be 50 years from now. It could be 300 years from now. But there's definitely a shift in the currency. And I'd like to ask you, who would you be without the material items that you are so fond of? If that dollar went to 30 cents, if it went from $1 to 30 cents, it lost value. It lost 70 cents in value. If you had $100, now you got 30. You wake up in the morning, you had $1,000,000 in the bank, now you got 300,000. You had 50,000 in the bank, now you got 15,000. You had 5,000 in the bank, now you got 1,500. You would have to work 7 times as hard to make the same amount of money as you would have made if the dollar were at its original state, a dollar. 7 times as hard. You would need 70 cents additionally to make up for $1. 70 cents you would need to add to whatever you have to make $1. That's more than half of a decrease. That's almost 3/4 of a decrease of the dollar. How would you handle that? How? Could you be able to go back out into the world as you were when the dollar was whole and command the same presence because you feel great about yourself? Or is your greatness contingent upon the dollar? Would you be able to go amongst people that didn't have money before the dollar dropped? So it's nothing to them. Would you be able to go before those people and command the same level of respect as you commanded when the dollar was whole? Would you need help? Medical help to get yourself back right, to come to terms with the realization that your state of affairs has dramatically shifted and not in a great direction. So you think. You see, the dollar dropping is not a horror story. It's a sign of abrupt change. It's a transitory state, which will begin a wobble state. It will be the state that we all face amongst tremendous change. It will be that state where everyone in that capacity, Bitcoin, Doge, whatever other cryptocurrency or whatever dollar system will begin to vie for position to replace that spot. There will be many things that will come and go in replacement of that huge stable spot. There will be frauds, there will be legitimacies, and there will be time needed to happen to iron them all out so that the people can find structure and stability and faith in it. Yet in that middle point, in that transitionary stage, there will need to be a heightened level of spiritual currency invoked into the world or into the environment, stabilizing the people, allowing the people something to hold on to. Because for many of us, our God has been the dollar. And when that dollar loses value, it shakes the foundation of many people's lives. And they will need, in turn, stronger systems of structure, stronger systems of stability to lean on. And that will come in the form of spiritual systems. I'm here to tell you, friend, in volatile times such as the collapse of a dollar, an atheist will become a believer.